On News Hour tonight, bandit leaders Kachala, Auta, others killed as military raid of Zamfara Forest village on New Year. Police rescue 21 kidnapped children in Zamfara State as Kaduna police rescue 9 victims. New Year's celebration with high expectations for 2022. And on the foreign scene, several dead in stampede at religious shrine in Kashmir. Hello and welcome to the News Hour on Trust Television. Happy New Year. I am Martia Umar. Now the news in detail. Military raids on Zamfara Forest and village on New Year have killed and wanted bandit leaders Auta and Kachala Ruga and dozens of other bandits. According to PR Nigeria report, the notorious bandits commander met Waterloo after Nigerian Air Force NAV aircraft on the Operation Hadarin Daji acted on credible intelligence and bombarded their enclaves at Gosami Forest and Samra village in Birni Magaji local government area of the state last night. The report also said the multiple airstrikes by the NAV jet carried out in the early hours of Saturday also eliminated Auta and Ruga's cohorts when dozens of bandits who had converged at late Auta's residence for his burial were also struck by missiles of the military jet, with an unconfirmed number killed in process as well. A follow-up airstrike on the fleeing bandits and those who took cover on the trees within the area also met their fate. At least 21 Islamia students abducted by bandits along the Gusau Safa-Funtua Road in December 31st, 2021 has been rescued. Police in Zamfara State confirmed this while briefing newsmen in Gusau on Saturday. The spokesperson for the command, SP Muhammad Shehu, said the children include 19 boys and 2 girls, adding that their teacher, Lawali Ibrahim, is yet to be rescued. The report.
Number of commuters in 5 different vehicles. The respective operatives, in collaboration with the military, promptly responded to the distress call and moved to the scene where they engaged the headlines into a serious property. Luckily enough, the police operatives succeeded in rescuing 21 kidnapped children in private care. We are coming from a new movement to popular of the state, from Katsina State to Ahmadi Islamia School, along with their school already. The said school already and the way back of the former bus vehicle were among the victims that are currently in captivity. Rescued victims will be officially handed over.
And police in Kaduna State, assisted by all the security agents, raided camps in Kaduna Forest and rescued 9 kidnapped victims. The police public relations officer ASP Muhammad Jaliye in a statement explained that on Friday, the operators stormed a notorious bandits camp belonging to one Isiya, located in the forest of Sabon Birni village of Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. According to the statement, the operators neutralized 1 bandit, while many others escaped with varying degrees of bullet wounds. 8 among the victims have since been reunited with their families after undergoing medical checkup at the police medical facility and were profiled. The federal and Zamfara state governments have been tasked to leave to the responsibilities of ensuring security of lives and property of the people. The Deputy Governor of Zamfara State, Mahdi Gusau, made the call through the Vice Chairman of the People's Democratic Party in the state, Kabiru Jabaka, who led a delegation on behalf of the governor to condole with the residents of Gada community in Bungodo local government area of the state over the loss of a district head, Umaru Dambawang Allah, and 4 others when bandits attacked recently in the community. The report.
Community in Bungodo local government area of Zamfara state, where suspected bandits recently invaded and attacked the residence of the district head Umar Dambawang Allah, killing him and 4 others, has continued to receive sympathizers who came to commiserate with them over the incident. Among the sympathizers received this Friday were the powerful delegations of the Deputy Governor of Zamfara State, Mahdi Gusau, which was led by the People's Democratic Party Vice Chairman Kabiru Jabaka. He said their visit to the troubled community was to condole with the people over the loss of lives of their district head and 4 others during the bandit attacks. Professor Jabaka described the attack as mischievous, the excuses some governors are giving for their failure to protect the citizens, and asked them to defend themselves. He said such governors has no basis to be in office and should rather resign for failing to protect the people.
The Deputy Governor of Zamfara State, who is our great party leader in the state, under the leadership of our able chairman, Colonel Bala Mande, to come here and commiserate with the Emir and his emirate on the profound loss, commiserate with the family of the district head and other deceased people. So that's essentially why we are here. We've come to commiserate with them and deliver his message of consolement to the affected families, which we also did hand it over to His Eminence, the Royal Father and the Emirate. The message, if we should be fair, should centrally go to the government. So it should be alive to its responsibilities. It should be alive to its responsibility. Just as I said, the north is profusely bleeding. Nowhere is safe in the north. Nowhere, nobody is safe. Except maybe those places I said. Maybe the Aso Villa and the government house and governor's houses. But other than these places, nowhere is safe. And our leaders should, remember the fact that the security vote they are receiving is not to protect themselves. They are well protected. But other people, everybody is prone. This is very unfair. And the excuses they are giving, I can say, are devilry. They are mischievous excuses, saying maybe you should defend yourself. A governor that tells you to defend yourself, how do you defend yourself? Is he defending himself? Is he protecting himself? He's protected by the state. And he's, voted into power, essentially, principally, to protect the lives of the people. So, and for anybody who will say also, I don't know what is happening, I don't know the people involved, that's also a kind of weakness. That's also devil. That is mischievous too. You understand? For any governor that will give such excuses, it's better he resigns. You understand?
The PDP Vice Chairman charged the other governors to learn from Borno State Governor Professor Umar Zulum from what he is doing with little resources to bring about infrastructure development and in fighting the insurgency in the state. He wants the governors to note that the security vote which they have been receiving are not to protect themselves only, but the citizens who voted for them.
Is doing, and everybody is appreciating it. So they should all learn from that. You understand? When they control the security votes, when they are well protected, when people, that are economically ruined, are being ransomed and they don't assist, when people are being killed and they don't give any compensation, and yet they are giving excuses, when they are also in control of resources.
The representative of the Zamfara State Deputy Governor challenged the government at all levels to wake up to their constitutional responsibilities of ensuring welfare and security of the citizens, pointing out that nowhere is safe in the country and deliberate efforts are required to make the society safe for Nigerians to go about those lawful businesses without fear of being harmed.
In another development, many persons on Saturday were feared dead along Abakaliki-Enugu Expressway following a devastating accident that occurred around Nkalagu in Isielu local government area of the state. The accident, which caused a heavy traffic jam along the federal highway, is reported to have led to the death of over 8 persons in the area. Reports say that the accident occurred when a Sienna bus rammed into a truck heading to Enugu State. The development, however, made motorists to follow an alternative route that is close to the bridge to get to their various destinations and hindered vehicular movement within the area. Fire razed a 3-story building on New Year's Day after suspected electrical appliances exploded shortly after the restoration of power supply to the building located at Onadeko Street of Ajonri Street, Lawson in Surulere, Lagos. Reports say no casualties figures reported yet, but property worth millions of naira were being lost to the sudden inferno. To check the environmental menace occasioned by black soot in parts of Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike has directed the chairman of councils, particularly Port Harcourt, to go after all the illegal crude oil refining sites and shut them down with immediate effect. The report.
Governor Wike, in his 2022 New Year message at the Government House, Port Harcourt said directive stems from failure of the federal government and its security agencies to rein in those behind illegal oil bunkering and artisanal crude oil refiners in the state. The governor said the state government has equally appealed without success to persons engaging in this illegal business to consider its negative effects on the economy, environment, public safety and public health, and disengage from it. He has also directed all council chairmen and community leaders to locate, identify and report to his office all those behind all illegal bunkering and crude oil refining sites in their localities for prosecution.
Since the federal security agencies have largely refused to stop the illegal crude oil refining activities, we have no option than to take necessary measures to tackle this particular and direct challenge to our collective health and survival by ourselves. Consequently, I've directed the chairman of Port Harcourt City Local Government Council to go after all the illegal crude oil refining sites along Creek Road and all adjoining areas of the Port Harcourt City and shut them down with immediate effect.
Concerned about the operations and socially harmful activities of nightclubs within residential areas of the state, the governor has placed an immediate ban on all nightclub activities, including nighttime trading and street prostitution along Abacha Road and surrounding streets in Port Harcourt, to stop the harmful effect of these depraved activities on the moral development of children and society at large.
No responsible government should continue to tolerate the open display and solicitation of sexual services, drug trafficking, and public intoxication that takes place along the streets and public areas abutting some of these nightclubs, lounges, and bars by the youth, some as young as under 14 years. Consequently, the state government has placed an immediate ban on all nightclub activities, including nighttime trading and street prostitution along Abacha Road and surrounding streets, particularly the Casablanca area.
Governor Wike stated that government will take over most vacant plots or uncompleted buildings in the old and new government reservation areas GRA and some other parts of Port Harcourt City and Obio Akbo councils that have been hijacked and inhabited by criminal elements.
By taking over all such abandoned plots and uncompleted buildings, we are referring to case of occupants of several undeveloped plots of land in OGRA, Port Harcourt, for breaching the covenants attached thereto, which were also allocated to interested members of the public for immediate development. We will also not spare those contributing to the perennial flooding challenge in parts of Port Harcourt City and Obiakpo.
Governor Wike also announced the immediate ban on activities of cat pushers who have become notorious for indiscriminate scavenging of manhole covers and directed law enforcement agencies to arrest and prosecute anyone who attempts to violate this ban.
The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has insisted that workers and Nigerians will not accept any further increase in the pump price of fuel in the name of subsidy removal, urging workers and the citizens to prepare for protests against a fuel price hike. President of NLC Ayuba Waba, in a New Year message to workers, also named Zamfara, Taraba, Benue, Kogi, Cross River, Abia and Imo State as 7 states yet to implement the 30,000 minimum wage that took effect on April 18, 2019, and also directed the affected state to commence indefinite strike to force the respective state governments to implement the new wage. In a 9-page statement, NLC, among others, said still the government is not relenting in its determination to push through further increases in the pump price of petrol, which is usually dubbed as removal of subsidy. You're still watching this hour on Trust Television. Coming up after the break, how a tourist delight struggles with challenges. This and many more after the break. Stay with us.
The board and management of Media Trust Limited invites the general public to its annual Daily Trust Dialogue, themed 2023, The Politics, Economy and Insecurity. Date, 20th January 2022. Location, NAF Conference Center and Suites, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Chairman of the occasion, former Head of State, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, GCFR. Guest Speaker, Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai. Guest Speaker, Governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer David Umahi. Guest Speaker, former Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Mrs. Ifueko Omoigui Okauru. Moderator, Executive Director, Daria Media Nigeria Limited, Kadaria Ahmed. The event will be transmitted live on Trust TV, and all participants must observe COVID-19 protocols and wear their face masks.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're still watching the News Hour on Trust Television. But before we go on to more news, let's take a look at our top stories. We did tell you that at military raids on Zamfara Forest and Village on New Year Day have killed wanted bandit leaders Auta and Kachala Ruga and dozens of other bandits. And at least 21 Islamio pupils abducted by bandits along the Gusau Safi Funtua Road on December 31, 2021 has been rescued. And moving on, Jigawa State government says henceforth anyone caught to have raped a girl below the age of 10 will be sentenced to death. The State's Commissioner of Justice Musa Adamu made the announcement at a press conference in Dutse. The Commissioner explained that the State Ministry of Justice has 25 cases in the appellate court in Kano and had completed 83 major cases in 8 high courts in the state capital, Dutse, at Gumel, Hadejia, Kazaure and in Ringim. He, however, lamented over the slow pace of dispensation of justice and which attributed as a major challenge facing the ministry. And to the Federal Capital Territory, crushed rock, an abandoned quarry in Mpape on the outskirts of Abuja, became a tourist delight after it came to public attention in the wake of the COVID-19 lockdown of last year. And our correspondent Usman Aliyu found out that the recent visit that there's been a decline in activities at the rock. Take a look.
For many years, the jewel that we now know as crushed rock was just an abandoned quarry until the COVID-induced lockdown and shutdown of public recreational facilities in Abuja turned it into a gem that was discovered when a picturesque image of the rock on the internet went viral and the place became an instant hit. The place has now become an economic hub for freelancers, models, and photographers like Exceptional Ubi and Toby Omotayo.
This is Cross Rock. This is where I earn my living for now. It's a very beautiful place. I've been working in several tourist centers here in Abuja and outside Abuja. But when I saw this place, Cross Rock, back then this place was filled with a whole lot of feces, cow and human being feces, and the dumplings. So we now, few photographers, we were 3, 4, 5 people, we come around. A lot of them were discouraged initially, but along the line, 2, 3 months, people start.
Different type of people come in this place, and some people do come here to shoot, like to shoot movie, musical videos. Before I go for a photographer here, and most time I do come here to work.
Our visit was on the 2022 New Year Eve and activity was low.
Crushed Rock is beautiful and there's no denying it. The story of its beauty has been told both locally and internationally. Yet, it provides opportunities for young people like the photographers we have seen here. But beneath all of that story also lie a discomforting story: insecurity.
What we just need here is like security. We need security here in order to secure the environment and the people who comes around. If that part is played, that means development will definitely come.
The only thing I can beg for government is, please, if they can guarantee security here, by all means, this is the only thing that is bothering this place. Despite that this place is in this interior place and people are coming in, but how much more if they are safe, if they can guarantee their security? That is the only thing that makes this place like this.
There's no ready information about Crushed Rock. However, when we arrived here today, we were lucky to find 2 photographers who told us a little bit about its history and that this body of water here is about 150 meters deep. Yet, no any form of safety lifeguard available here, even though at peak period, the number of people here can be really high. We do know, however, that the blasting activity that happened here began in 1976 when the construction work on the new capital, Abuja, began. Many years later, the ruins of that quarry has become a tourist destination for many people who come here to relax. From the crushed mountain, here at Papi, Aliyu Usman, Trust TV News.
Well, security is something that has ravaged the whole country, and from recent experience and from recent news we've had, there have been a lot of security issues in different parts of the country. So to join us to talk security and how it has fared in 2021 and prospect for 2022, we're being joined by retired Major Muhammad Shuaibu Galma, a security analyst, and he joins us from Kaduna. Good evening, sir, and thank you for joining us on the News Hour. From recent reports, there have been a lot of security concerns. Just the past hours, a lot of bandits have been, let's say, neutralized. Some have been rescued. I mean, Nigerians have been rescued from the hand of these bandits. So let's take a look at 2021. How have we fared as a nation in tackling security in 2021? Okay, due to network issues, hopefully we'll reconnect with retired Major Muhammad Galma all the way from Kaduna. But to continue with the news, as Nigerians join the, let's take this news where pastors have called on Nigerians to see the new year as an opportunity to turn and start fresh and heal following the challenges which have characterized the previous years. Speaking during the course of his service to usher in the new year, the pastors explained that Nigeria and Nigerians had suffered harsh economic situations due to COVID-19, insecurity, among others. They, however, enjoyed citizens to uphold the principle of love, unity and tolerance in the year 2022.
And of shame have been years of pain and of sorrow and of darkness and of shame. So many deaths, so many troubles. Our trust is that the year 2022 will be a year of recovery, a year of a total turnaround, a year of restoration in economies, restoration in the lives of people, restoration in families. It will be a year of joy. It will be a year of laughter. It will be a year of dancing.
I want to encourage everyone that is hearing the sound of my voice to have good relationship with God as we are crossing to another year in 2022. Our relationship, quality relationship with God, determine how far we will go in life. Pharaoh said to the children of Israel, he said, I will allow you to go, but I will not allow you to go far. There are some power that they don't want people to go far in 2022. So I want people to build relationship with God so that their destiny can go far, so that their business can go far, so that Nigeria, our country, also can go far. There is a time for us to live in unity in this country.
And as Nigerians join the rest of the world to celebrate the new year 2022, residents of Port Harcourt, Rivers State's capital, have enjoined citizens to use the opportunity to be closer to their Creator.
While some gathered celebrating the new year by playing games and dancing on the streets of Port Harcourt, many Christian faithfuls gathered at the Corpus Christi Cathedral Church in Port Harcourt for prayers to usher in the new year. In his New Year sermon, the cathedral administrator, Reverend Father Paul Okiregu, called on Nigerians to learn to forgive one another, spread love, be fruitful, and get closer to God for better 2022.
If we can have the mindset to be fruitful in Nigeria, then depending on the government that doesn't work will be a thing of the past. If we can be fruitful in Nigeria, then we can desire and aspire to a political stability social stability, economic stability, and religious stability that we desire and need and deserve in Nigeria. If we can have the mindset of being fruitful, then people will begin to work hard. People wouldn't be thugs for politicians who want them to go and carry ballot boxes, and after, they won't rule well.
Some residents who spoke with correspondents urged Nigerians to thank God for a successful crossover into 2022 despite numerous challenges facing the country. They also shared their views on their aims for 2022 and expectations about the Nigerian government in the new year.
Insecurity will become a thing of the past. People wouldn't sit and be looking for one political guru to bless them so that they will eat. So that was the place we tapped from. So our prayer today is that Nigeria may be fruitful again.
It's a very, very great day to see the new year. We pray that as this year was a good year, let the heart of the rulers, let them know that there's a poor people, there's a people of suffering some places. Let them change their attitude to remember that there's a way to make people happy by doing good things, and God will lead them. And I believe that this year, God will lead them.
2022 is a prosperous year, and I feel very okay. I feel alive and capable. I wish 2022 give us more opportunity in business and a good avenue in all things we do.
I'm very happy to enter into a new year because it's not easy. Some people in the hospital is something they're actually watching me and my life today. So I so much thank God for today, for the gift of life He gave me today and my family. So I'm so excited to have a life today.
They, however, prayed for lasting development and peace in the country and advised everyone to be good ambassadors of Nigeria.
Meanwhile, Nigerians have been reflecting on the challenges they experienced in 2021 with optimism that the year 2022 will bring hope and offer a new beginning. In this report, Trust TV, Ballo Musa speaks to a cross-section of the residents of Kaduna on the prospect of the new year.
Nigerians had fought many battles in 2021, from insecurity to economic hardship worsened by COVID-19 pandemic. Some of Kaduna residents speak on their experience.
The truth is that most Nigerians now cannot even meet halfway of their needs in 2021. In the past, people used to take time to preserve little for the new year so that they can be able to sustain themselves and their family until things started taking shape.
In 2021, yes, because you cannot sleep with your two eyes. One eye is closed, the other one is open. So I would like to advise them to provide adequate security for the entire citizen in 2022.
The major issue is that of insecurity and what do you call it, the economy.
They also expressed hope that the new year will be better, advising government to improve security and economy.
We pray that it will be better next year. But for now, the issue of insecurity, if we are able to deal with it squarely, and that of the economy, I think Nigerians will smile.
The government of the day should also expect that Nigerians will look forward for a better 2022 than what we have experienced in 2021. If possible, far better than what we have experienced in 2021. So the expectation will be very, very high, and the government should be able to prepare to live by those expectations.
Kaduna has had its share of difficulties with shutting down of telecommunication and ban on motorcycles to address insecurity.
The new year will be opening a new chapter for many people. It is a tradition that the beginning of end-year resolutions are made personally to improve one's life. The fresh start of a new year is equated with new life and renewed hope that things will be better. Some residents of Maiduguri shared their resolutions for the new year. The report.
At the beginning of each year, many people have vows or resolution. This could be the aspiration to change an undesired behavior and to also accomplish a personal goal or otherwise improve life at the start of the new year. For some Maiduguri residents, they have fresh plans and special resolutions for the incoming 2022.
We are just doing something that is not good in this time. Much especially we are visiting the clubs and we are talking for the ladies that is not good. And we are anything, there is a plethora of this thing that we are doing that is not good.
Last year I didn't pray very well. I live in like one that doesn't know his God very well. But from this month of December, I'm in fasting and prayer, praying that my life will not remain the same.
I used to ignore people in time of sentiment, on a serious sentiment. You know, some people that I used to are starting to stay with them, and some people that are other language that I don't use to them. But I think it's not supposed to know that the unity of Nigeria will never be negotiable.
I'm not that punctual. You know, I'm struggling with punctuality. Yeah, but in my business, but everything I do, I struggle with punctuality. But by God's grace, being this new year, being 2022, I will make sure I stop everything that I do that I don't like. Yeah, I think so, because I believe that it will have a good side effect on me. Yeah.
As we are selling things costly, we don't like it. And we want God to make it so that we will sell in a small scale so that people will be able to buy. So it is not our fault. It's the price of the dollar that makes us to sell so costly. We buy in costly, we sell in costly. And we have some quarrels in the market. We don't want it. May God make us to stay in peace.
Beside their expectations and plans for the new year, they also hope that the insurgency in Borno State comes to conclusion and return of peace.
Up to now, we never see the end of that insurgency. So I need assistance from the Borno State government and the Nigerian army. And all force, they come and join us to finish this insurgency. End of 2022, if it is possible.
I should say this, I'm a bachelor, so I am hoping to get married next year, if God permits.
To achieve, like I want to buy a land, I want to buy things, I want to buy houses, I want to change my car, and this new year, I have the hope that I will do it, because
making new resolutions can be much easy, but it all falls on commitment and drafting a to-do list that will guide one to keep such personal vows.
Still on New Year resolutions, which is a tradition most people imbibe in the beginning of a new year, whereby the resolve to continue good practices, change an undesired trait or behavior, accomplish a personal goal, or otherwise improve their life at the start of a new year. Although some persons do not necessarily subscribe to this tradition, some Abuja residents expressed their renewed commitment.
Very well, I believe on New Year resolution, because as a person, there are some other things you want to improve as life is going, and there are several mistakes you do as a person. You see, so in your previous year, you said, okay, this thing I'm doing, I want to change it, and you begin to bring out a list for a normal person who really wants to change his life. I come up with a list, I write everything about myself, I review myself, where I'm doing well and the areas where I'm not doing well. Then the areas where I'm not doing well, I said, okay, maybe the coming year I will try and improve in those areas I'm not doing well.
You sit at home and write out your principle. There is every human being have principle and values. Somebody like me, I have principle and values. I sit down and I think and I write my principle and values, what I want, what I don't want to do in the new year. Those things that I know that maybe that will bring me out shamefully, I write it down, begin to try to observe it, and the things that will bring glory, things that will make at least God to at least honor me, I write it down and begin to follow it and work towards it. I begin to pray at least channel my view and visions and begin to pursue my visions for the year. That's good for everybody. Everybody that know what is wants in life. Supposed to at least sit down and write his principles, then write his visions out and pursue it. That is for me.
Okay. I found myself making resolutions several times and end up not keeping them. So I just feel whenever you have a goal to achieve or you have an attitude or a habit you want to get rid of, it mustn't be every new year. You can just decide at any time and get rid of them. It mustn't be new year. There's nothing special about making a resolution in New Year's.
Well, because change is constant and I would like to be a better me.
I don't really believe in New Year resolutions because previously I had set out certain resolutions that, okay, I'm going to achieve this in this new year, 2020, 2019, and at the end of everything, I didn't achieve it. That's just the honest truth. So no, I don't believe in it.
Actually, yeah, I believe in the New Year resolution, though despite I have not fully partake on my own plans, but I believe it works because even as of last year, I also have the same thought too, and I work towards it. By the grace of God, I am very, very happy for where I am now and looking towards my future, that is the next year, what I'm working on to achieve my resolution, as you say.
You're still watching News Hour on Trust Television. We'll be back after this break. Just stay.
The board and management of Media Trust Limited invites the general public to its annual Daily Trust Dialogue, themed 2023, The Politics, Economy and Insecurity. Date, 20th January 2022. Location, NAF Conference Center and Suites, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Chairman of the occasion, former Head of State, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, GCFR. Guest Speaker, Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai. Guest Speaker, Governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer David Umahi. Guest Speaker, former Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Mrs. Ifueko Omoigui Okauru. Moderator, Executive Director, Daria Media Nigeria Limited, Kadariya Ahmed. The event will be transmitted live on Trust TV, and all participants must observe COVID-19 protocols and wear their face masks.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching the News Hour on Trust Television. And to more news. Katsina State is to enjoy constant electricity supply upon completion of 10 kV Lambarimi windmill and 330 kV Kankia abandoned solar powered project. This is announced by the Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar Aliyu, when he visited the sites of the abandoned power project in Katsina State. Abdullahi Yamadi completes the story.
The Minister of Power said the 10 megawatt Lambarimi
windmill power project is almost completed and will be commissioned as soon as technical problem is rectified in the next couple of months, as work on the substation at Kankia has reached appreciable level of completion. Similarly, Engineer Abubakar assured that the Kankia 330 kV power project is expected to commence soon, as work on the substation in Katsina town has reached 50% completion stage.
Small things that have been left by the contractor, which we urge them to complete, and this is one of the reasons that I am here to come and see whether they have done them. Like the SCADA, they have brought it, and the other yard that we have been to, the Liafa yard, we have gone there to see the meters that they have installed and other things.
Earlier, the minister who was received by the Katsina State Deputy Governor Alhaji Munir Yakubu said he was in the state to familiarize himself with some of the abundant power projects with a view to completing them to accelerate the much needed development. The minister also assured that the visit was on the invitation of not only the state government but the Katsina Elders Forum, who requested the Ministry of Power to complete the abundant projects.
In fact, they also sent another letter. In fact, it was a verbal message by the acting chairman of the Katsina Elders Forum, who came after their visit to come and see me and inform me that they wanted to come again. So I said, no. Please, let me come to Katsina myself to come and visit them.
The Katsina State Deputy Governor Alhaji Munir Yakubu and the leadership of Katsina Elders Forum thanked the minister for his commitment towards actualizing the project.
A particular project that has been on the front burner for over 15 years. That is the Lambarimi Wind Farm Power Project, which is 10 megawatts. We went to you with the on-the-spot assessment of the project as at that time, prepared by no other person but our special advisor power.
It could be recalled that the Lambarimi 10 megawatt windmill power project was abandoned for over 10 years in spite of several promises for completion and subsequent commissioning of the project by the Power Ministry. In Katsina, Abdullahi Ismayamadi reporting for Trust Television News.
And away from Katsina State, the Adamawa and Taraba States Command of the Nigerian Customs Service says it has seized 17 contraband items with total duty paid value of 26 million naira. The command said the seizure is in line with the constitutional mandate of the service of checking smuggling and enforcing the directive of the government on border closure. The report.
Area Controller Adamawa Taraba Command Isiaka Ganiu is here parading some sized contraband items in line with the mandate of the Nigerian Customs Service to check smuggling and protect businesses against illegal trade malpractices. According to the Area Controller, 17 contraband goods with a total duty paid value of 26 million naira were among items seized from persons engaged in the illegal business of smuggling, despite the closure of the nation's border.
Due to federal government policy, Adamawa Taraba is among the border that is still closed. Despite the closure, smugglers in their desperation always look for a way to engage in the various activities. The command, with credible intelligence from the CIU and SIS in collaboration with other agencies, was able to record 17 seizures with the duty paid value of 26,530,934 naira 13 kobo. This includes 1,334 by 25 jerrycans of PMS product. Second, 43 bales of second-hand clothing. Third, we have 60 cartons of cigarettes. Fourth, we have 84 by 50 bags of foreign rice. We also have 104 cartons of foreign bar soap, including 5 vehicles, vegetable oils, and others.
Area controller also thanked the Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ali, retired, for supporting the anti-smuggling operations of the command with new logistic vans, which he noted will go a long way in effective monitoring and patrol of the international border between Nigeria and the Republic of Cameroon. He said the command took delivery of 2 additional patrol vans out of 78 patrol vans purchased by the Comptroller General of Customs to boost anti-smuggling operations of the service across the country. He warned the public against engaging in illegal cross-border trade, adding that those caught involved in such illegal trade will be made to face the wrath of the law.
To thank the CGC, Colonel Hamid Ibrahim Ali, retired, and his management for all the support, especially in the area of logistics. Recently, about 72 patrol vehicles were purchased and distributed to various commands. The command was given 2 of the vehicles in addition to the already available ones.
And in business news, investors in the Nigerian stock market gained 1.24 billion naira in 2021 as the market capitalization of equities rose by 5.89%. The all-share index of the Nigerian Exchange Limited closed the year at 42,716 basis points, up from 40,270 basis points at the end of 2020 rather. And the total market value of equities rose to 22.3 trillion naira on Friday from 21.6 trillion naira at the end of 2020. Earlier, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said profit-taking activities of foreign and domestic institutional investors in the Nigerian stock market had created an excessive risk premium. And on the foreign scene, at least 12 people have died and 13 injured in a stampede at a religious shrine in Indian-administered Kashmir. In a statement posted on social media, Indian President Rashtrapati Bhavan said he's distressed to know that an unfortunate stampede claimed lives of devotees at Mata Vaishno Devi Bhavan. Reports said the incident happened on dark route to the Vaishno Devi Shrine, one of the country's most revered Hindu sites. According to report, the toll could be higher as the route to the hilltop shrine is packed with devotees trying to do the customary New Year visit and prayers. The Mata Vaishno Devi is one of the most revered Hindu shrines in northern India, with tens of thousands visiting to offer prayers every day. And in sports, interim Super Eagles coach Austin Eguavoen claims Premier League club Watford threatened Emmanuel Dennis from featuring at the forthcoming African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. Eguavoen stated this after Friday's training session in Abuja. He said Dennis told him he wanted to come for the tournament, but Watford threatened him from coming, noting the 28-man list is good enough to go for the AFCON. Nigeria have been drawn in Group B alongside Egypt, Sudan and Guinea-Bissau. The Eagles will commence their campaign against the Pharaohs on January 11 at the Ramde Adjur Stadium in Goa. And before we go, here is Akika. Yankiya Dashi had no thought of becoming a grape farmer until local demands for the grapes in her back garden pushed her to go commercial. Now this lecturer in plant science is growing all kinds of fruit to satisfy a huge local demand. Take a look.
A botanist, a plant scientist. I am also a lecturer with University of Jos, Nigeria. I started growing plants as a hobby. I like collecting plants anywhere I go to. So I collect any plant from flowers to fruit trees, and I also like trying something new. And in the process of that, I just found myself growing grapes. I believe that there is great potential in growing grapes because, you know, we talk about food security. It's going to be a source of food, source of nutrition because of the minerals and vitamins that we get from grapes. And then it's a source of employment to Nigerians, especially Nigerian youths. It's a raw material for the industry because as a country we can produce grape juice and produce even wine. Make as much money as you invest into it because it is depending on how many grape stands you have. It also depends on how well you take care of it. I'm calling on young Africans. You know, there's this challenge of employment everywhere in Africa. So I'm calling on our young people to come and go into farming, go into growing of grapes. Let's go into, you know, intelligent.
It's New Year all over the world, and we want to say Happy New Year to you wherever you're watching Trust TV from. In this 2022, please do take care of yourself and be the best version of yourself. Happy New Year to you.
3, 2,
정치의 축포가 터져오르고 있습니다. 위대한 단일이 온다 따라